Hey everyone, it's Lisa here from Arcane Stellar with a June 2020 monthly prediction video. So, funnily enough, I've been wanting to do one of these, and I know I don't usually film these, but I felt led to do it. I kind of put it off because I was like, nobody really wants to watch this, I think, on my channel. It never seems to go very well when I've tried to do them in the past. So I was thinking I wouldn't do it. Then, the day before yesterday, when the moon was in Leo, which is my ascendant, I tried to film 2 different pick a card readings, 2 different topics, and I scrapped both of them. Something I've only ever done once in my, in the whole history of the channel. I've only ever scrapped a reading once and never posted it, just deleted the whole thing. And that was because I just got a lot of bad energy with that particular reading. And usually it doesn't happen to me, but I hadn't liked what I was working with energetically, and so I just kind of didn't do it. But yeah, the day before yesterday, it's technically yesterday for me now, but by the time this is posted, it would be the day before yesterday. I just could not get the words out. I was in a bad mood. I don't know what was going on, but both readings didn't work, and so I kind of got the feeling that maybe I was just meant to do this. And even if it reaches some people that need to hear it, that's what's important, right? So with that being said, there are 4 piles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The timestamps will be down below, and I want to take a moment to say thank you to a few people. First of all, Angela. This came today, the Little Prince Tarot. Super excited. I'm using it in one of the piles. I love it. It's adorable. Thank you so much for getting that off the wish list. I also want to say a big thank you to Colleen. Let me just see. I'm checking. Where did it go? Yes, Colleen. Colleen got this for me off the wish list. Tarot for Troubled Times. Wonderful, wonderful book. I'm really loving it. The first page I had opened was just amazing. And I'm really thankful for that, Colleen. Thank you so much. And I've already been in touch with you. Also, I have another one here that I got. And this is from Catherine. Catherine, I've emailed you about doing a reading for you, and you haven't gotten back to me. But this is an amazing book. It's one I've wanted for a while. I've seen it on ebook, but I didn't have a physical copy. And so I'm very, very thankful, because this is a wonderful, wonderful book. Especially if you're interested in Sarah cycles, progressions. A lot of information on those here. And actually, with the eclipses coming up, that might be actually an interesting thing for some of you. If you guys are interested in learning more about eclipses or progress charts, you know what I mean? And how they affect you. So definitely would recommend that. And I want to say, yeah, thank you so much. If you guys would like to have a personal reading with me, I do have a monthly insight reading if you want to get your own personal June reading. That's on my Etsy store. But I also have other readings, and the link can be found down below in the description box, as well as anybody who gets something off my wish list always gets a reading as a thank you. So yeah, I have those links down below too to my wish list. I have my channel wish list for channel supplies like decks and stuff, and then I have a personal one. But yeah, so it doesn't matter what you get, it's always results in a reading. So just be sure, if you choose that option, to leave me an email in the gift note or an Instagram so I can get a hold of you. So, I'm wishing you all a very beautiful, beautiful June. Sending you lots of love, good health, good vibes for you and your loved ones, and I will see you in your reading. Hey everyone, so if you chose pile number 1 with this opal, beautiful opal, this is your reading. So what's going to be happening for you in the month of June 2020? Let us find out. So first of all, we have the winds of change. So your surroundings will undergo transition. We have Neptune. Oops. We have regeneration. We have the 5 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups. We also have Wings. And with the Gypsy Oracle, we have Love Letter. Love and Letter. So that makes me feel like some of you could be receiving a letter or some kind of message of love in the month of June, which I think is a really bright spot here. So I see that, okay, let's be real here. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Doesn't always have to be a bad card, but it is a card of, there might be a little bit, some of you might be struggling here with 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups with feeling a little bit down. in the month of June. That might be something that you guys are struggling with. It could be that some of you are dealing with financial difficulties. Some of you also, I do feel like there's a message here with the Nine of Cups that there are a lot of things to be happy about in the month of June. So just be sure that even if you feel like things are tough right now, and this could be with your health, with your finances, it could be with your just like your physical comfort in general, could feel a little bit off kilter or something isn't really, you might just feel not as exactly as satisfied as you could. But I do feel like that there's a message from, you know, Spirit that you are going to be fine, that there are a lot of things to be happy about in the month of June. And I feel like for many of you, you will find some emotional happiness. I think there are going to be some, you know, good times here. The one thing I see here too is that you are being told with the winds of change that things are going to get better, okay? It says your surroundings will undergo transition. So there are good transitions coming. Because you guys got the Five of Pentacles, I wanted to kind of get some advice for you specifically. And so I pulled a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and you got Regeneration, which, you know, is a reminder that even if things seem really tough or bad, everything can be regenerated. You know what I mean? You're going to get through it. And possibly even stronger. I always think about burning fields. It's something that we did often when I was a kid, and a lot of people do it, I guess, in rural areas. They burn the field, and at first it looks like crap, and everything seems like gross and dark, but then all that beautiful new green grass comes up, and it's, you know, 100 times better. It's like totally like a refresher in some way. So I do feel like you guys are coming into, like, you're going to be coming into something better, even better than before, okay? And for some of you, it might be that this is a period that you know, are kind of going through because, you know, it's necessary for some reason. It's going to lead you, I feel like, to more happiness in the end anyways. So even if you feel left out in some way or struggling, it's just part of the greater good. I feel like there are good things coming towards you in the month of June particularly, and after. I feel like it's going to continue after this, things coming in. But we also have Neptune. One thing I wanted to say about Neptune here is that for some of you, I would just advise for some of you guys with the Four of Cups here is not to make sure that if you are getting into a depressed place, use your imagination wisely. Okay? If you're feeling in a bad mood or something seems like it's not going well, I would suggest like to listen to happier music or make sure that you're putting yourself into things that are making you feel better rather than worse. I know me, sometimes when I'm in a bad mood, I'll turn on the sad songs and then, you know, not a good thing because it's just going to make it worse, right? So for some of you, that might be a message specifically that, you know, don't let yourself consume things that are just going to make you feel worse than you maybe already do in some way. Try to find, you know, ways to uplift yourself as well. For some of you, you might be having a lot of dreams in the month of June as well. So pay attention to your dreams, I would say, for sure. There also could be, let's see here. I mean, I see good things coming towards you. I think it's a good time also to use your imagination to find out where you want to go. The one thing about the Five of Pentacles is that it's kind of can be a chosen atmosphere to sit in, right? Because you can see that that woman has a warm place to go to ask for help. So remember that there are people around you that you could find support with. I do feel like, again, with that love letter, for some of you it might be a romantic letter or a romantic message. It doesn't have to be like a traditional letter. It's just some kind of communication. Obviously, nowadays, we tend to communicate by email or text. So I would expect something like that, probably more than anything. Some kind of correspondence. But I feel like you have people that are supporting you. For some of you, it could be romantic, but for some of you, it just might be a letter of support that, you know, you're loved, showing you that you're loved and you're appreciated. So especially for those of you that maybe feel a bit lacking in some way, and maybe it's not financially, but it's just emotionally kind of, I do feel like something's going to come in to cheer you up. But you have to be also willing to see it, okay? With that Four of Cups. As you can see with the Four of Cups, and it usually shows is somebody staring at what they don't have. You know what I mean? Instead of seeing what they do. So again, you might have somebody in your midst that really wants to support you, but be open to it, right? Be receptive to it. We also have wings. So it does remind me of things getting better, having more freedom. In this particular set, which is the Literary Witches Oracle, I think it speaks about wishes. So, you know, which is interesting, a wish come true. Perhaps with the Nine of Cups, you could be having some kind of wish come true. As well as it talks about ambition and wandering. For some of you, there could be some insight coming into what you want to do. If you've been feeling a little bit lackluster in life and just not feeling great and not sure what you really want, and you know you want some kind of change but you're not sure what it is, I feel like many of you might get an idea, possibly. And that could be through your dreams. It could be through meditation as well here. That's another message for some of you. But yeah, I do feel like for many of you, if you feel like you don't have enough to do something or you're not getting enough of something, I do feel like that it might be a lack of ambition that you really need to work on. Finding that ambition within inside of you. With that Neptune, again, the only downside about Neptune sometimes, and I have a lot of Neptune in my chart, it hits all of my personal planets. So, except for Mars. But it hits my Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus. And one thing I can do is kind of, my imagination can be such a good, I have a very vivid imagination. And like I love fantasy, I love escapism. I do it through TV shows, through music, through that type of stuff, not drugs. By the way, I hate that whole thing with drugs. It's like, I know I don't do drugs. I'll binge watch a TV show though. I'll get into fandom. But just make sure that you're putting, especially for those who maybe are Neptunian a bit, make sure that you're putting your stuff, you know, your mood, you're shaping it with good things. Okay, that's just a specific message I'm feeling for some of you. Make sure you're not feeding it negativity or something that's going to bring you down. Okay, like I said with the music thing, don't listen to sad songs if they're going to make you worse. Don't listen to angry songs if they're going to make you more angry. Try to put yourself in some good stuff. But also, don't get too much into fantasy that you're not seeing the reality around you either. Because I do feel like for many of you, there are people around you that care and you might not be seeing it. Okay? But yeah. So, for some of you, a love letter coming to you. I love it. So, I'm going to take some charms. And let's see what comes up there. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's see what charms we've got. I'm going to zoom in. Well, I didn't do the opposite this time. Usually I do the opposite. We have good vibes. So chase the good vibes, okay? Especially when you're daydreaming. Don't try to revert, divert, sorry, not revert. Divert any, maybe negative type of thoughts into more positive ones. If you're having, sometimes, with anxiety, I'll get, some kind of awful, images in my head. And just, revert those into something more positive. Again, surround yourself with things that are going to really, give you more positive vibes. We have, don't look back, that's not where you're going. So for some of you, it could be that you guys are thinking a lot about the past. Maybe you've been going through a situation like a breakup or something where you felt rejected in some way, and now you've just sort of been in this hermit mode, maybe. I know we don't have the hermit, but kind of in a mode where you've been really internalizing everything and maybe not seeing the good around you. Again, we have love. I feel like you are loved. And many of you are going to find that out in the month of June. We have the owl, so wisdom. That's what it always reminds me of. For some of you, might be night owls. We have Taurus and Cancer. So that might be someone's sign. We have the moon. So emotional. You might be in your feelings, in your emotions. But also very intuitive too, I feel like. Especially with Neptune. Dreams, again, could be something. We have grandmas are great. So this might be a message from a grandmother. To let you know that this could be love from a grandmother that's, passed, for instance, or maybe to check on a grandma. Maybe a grandmother will need you this month. We have kind, peace, free, true, brave, strong, happy, thankful, compassionate. I love it because that's actually on here is compassionate. Compassion. So showing compassion to yourself, showing compassion to others, it's probably very important. And I feel like for many of you, you will have an act of compassion towards you. That's going to really, really brighten your day. We have this star. So wishing on a star could be important here for you guys in the month of June. Remembering you are a star in some way. You know, everyone has star qualities, and you have your own. There could be some transits that you're going through too. With Cancer in the fourth, that's associated with the fourth house and the moon. So again, emotions are highlighted here. The mother, female relatives as well. Feminine, the feminine side of ourselves. Could be feeling, like I said, a bit emotional. There could be some stuff around home about wanting to spread your wings and get out of the place you're in. For some of you, that might be something that you're really thinking about. Taurus, again, that can be, that's the second house in Venus, so there could be a focus on like love, luxury. Maybe for some of you, again, not feeling like you have what it takes financially right now to do the things that you want to do. And I do feel like that there's some kind of breakthrough coming for that, okay? And Ariel, with Ariel, I always think of longing for something else. Longing for something different. She, with the wings and ambition and wishing and having freedom, that's something that she really yearned for. And so that might be like an energy that you guys are really wanting. But I really want to say that I do feel like for many of you, these are going to be changing. Like things are changing. They're getting better. Even if you're at rock bottom now, things are going to get better. Just tune into those good vibes, you know what I mean? As much as possible. Now I'm going to take some letters real fast. See what comes up. There we go. So let's see what we've got. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. Oops. There we go. We'll go back out. Because I think you guys can see these pretty good, hopefully. Oh, let's see. So we have nasal. Some of you might be having sinus issues, maybe. Not that that's funny, but I'm just saying. I just thought that was interesting. That was the first thing I seen. For some of you guys, I have the word fat. Some of you guys might be really thinking about your body issues. Don't let yourself get in that mode. You're beautiful the way you are. Just a special message. We have Ren. We have rent. Some of you might feel like you can't pay rent, or there might be, I think things are going to come through for you though. If you are feeling like you can't make the bills, or things are really bad. We have, oh, interesting. We have a weasel. Wait, is that an E? Wait, is it weasel with an E? Wow, I should know this. Well, okay. Anyways, just ignore that. We have tan. Maybe getting out in the sun isn't a good thing for you. Okay, getting some sunshine, not staying inside too much. If you're a night owl, maybe you need to fix your schedule. This is a message for me. We have last. We have new. So new things are coming in. Okay? We have far. Some of you might be dreaming to get far away from where you're at. Okay? To start something new. Maybe like a new start. Actually, we might have the word start. Yep, a new start. Some of you are really dreaming for that. And I feel like you're going to be on the road. Because look at that. We got regeneration. So I do feel like for many of you, there are new starts coming for you. And we have that Winds of Change again. Go listen to Winds of Change by Scorpions. Anyways, yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the letters. I'm not gonna. Maybe some of you might see your name here or initials or something, some words. I'd love to hear about them. We have rat as well. And sat as well. But yeah, I hope this gives you some insight into your month of June. I'm sending you guys lots of love. And, sending you a hug. And I really wish you all the best, June, okay? Take care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye. Hey guys, so you chose pile number 2 with columbite. This is my columbite stone. This is your reading, so let's find out what's happening for you in the month of June 2020. So let's see, for your tarot, we have the Page of Pumpkins. The 5 of Pumpkins, so this is like the 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. I wondered, though, if some of you might have been drawn to pile number 1, 6 of Pumpkins. Because Let me know if you were, if you guys watched pile number 1 as well, because the pile number 1 actually had the 5 of Pentacles as well. We have gift and Mercury, loyal heart, and then you guys actually got a lot of, we have white dress, the mystic circle, so it says your abilities will be enhanced, the griffin, honoring good luck, and the black cat, your luck will soon change. Yeah, I'm very curious if some of you have chosen pile number 1 as well, because the energy is somewhat similar. I feel like many of you could be going through some financial difficulties, okay? Or you're feeling not that great about yourself in some way, because we have that 5 of Pentacles here. Some of you might feel like you're starting over financially, or it could be because the Page of Pumpkins is a very young energy. It could be that, yeah, it could feel that you guys are kind of just starting out. Some of you might be learning something new, though, by the way. And I would suggest, I think as an advice here, suggest learning something. I see the books and it just keeps drawing my eye in. So definitely, if you are out of work, for instance, maybe taking time to really research something new, because maybe it could bring you something. Do you know what I mean? But that's just a specific message for some of you. But I do feel like for many of you, you might be feeling like you're starting over in some way, and you might not feel the best right now, whether it's, you know, a relationship that's gone down the drain, or your finances, your job. There's just some way in which you might be feeling in June a little bit destitute, and it doesn't even have to be financially. It could be you know, it can affect us in different ways. You could feel like your health isn't the best. You could feel like you're on the journey to, you know, find a health solution for yourself, or it can affect us in so many different ways. But the one thing that I'm seeing here, and this is why it reminds me so much of pile number 1, is you guys have somebody that really cares about you, around you, that can really help you through. And I feel like for many of you, you might actually be getting some help. If you need financial help, there might be someone that you can look to for help, okay, with the 6 of Pumpkins, the 6 of Pentacles. Definitely, for sure, if anything, there's some support there for you. And I feel like you'll be receiving it, because not only that, we got the gift card with the Gypsy Oracle. So it seems like many of you are going to be getting a gift. For some of you, it could be that you have a birthday in the month of June. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. My son has a June birthday. But yeah, it could be that just somebody gives you a gift of some kind. It doesn't even have to be a birthday gift. Somebody might just realize that you need something and wants to do something kind for you. We have loyal heart here, so it does seem like someone loyal is in your midst in the month of June. Somebody that really cares a lot about you. This could be romantic. It could be, you know, but it could also be platonic as well. It could be a friend. But yeah, I really love that card here. And we have Mercury. So Mercury's all about the 3rd house and, well, the 6th house as well. So you probably will be communicating a lot on a daily basis, I would say. You could be writing a lot for some of you. Also, this is about learning, right? In 3rd house, Gemini, it can be about learning something new. It can also be about working with your hands. So you might be researching, and that might be something to look into, is researching handicrafts. You know what I mean? Like maybe you're thinking about starting something like learning to knit, or learning to crochet, or making jewelry, or, you know what I mean? This is a definite great way to, you know, stimulate your mind, but also maybe perhaps bring you something new in your life, for sure. Also, I wanted to say, yeah, because it's all about learning. So again, I think learning is something big for you guys. But yeah. Trade is another thing that can be with this. So again, it might be learning something that you can sell. You know what I mean? That could be something that could help you financially if you are feeling a financial pinch. Think about what kind of talents do you have, or what would you like to cultivate in yourself. Do you want to make candles? Do you want to make shower bombs? Do you want to make... I mean, there are so many different ideas out there. So, you know, brainstorming is good with Mercury. A lot of good insight. Communicating with other people to get ideas, right, as well. So... yeah, I do feel like you have a loyal friend, too, that you can communicate with, that you can share your thoughts with. But also, of course, like I said, writing could be something. Journaling might be good for you. Writing, maybe some of you want to write a book. That would be, you know, maybe it's a good time to start something like that in the month of June. So, and we have your abilities will be enhanced with the Mystic Circle. So for some of you, it's going to be your intuition is enhanced. But also, I'm feeling like in general, you're going to be in you're going to be in a wise place. You're going to be in an eager place to learn things. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's going to stick. And whatever you kind of start in the month of June is going to bring you a lot of good luck. Because you got two different cards about good luck, the Griffin and the Black Cat. So honor and good luck, and your luck will soon change. So again, even if you're feeling kind of crappy, you know, with the Five of Pentacles, and you're not feeling that great, maybe you feel like you're not enough or you don't have enough. Don't feel like that, because you have a lot of people around you, specifically one person for sure around you. Not that it's only one, but there's just someone in particular that's going to be, you know, very kind to you in the month of June, I feel. And, you know, communicate with them, and I feel like it's going to help too. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And then with white dress. White dress in this actually talks about, I want to grab the guidebook here. This is a literary witch's oracle, by the way. And the white dress is associated with appearances, society, and gender. Interesting, right? It also reminds me of perhaps some of you want to get summer clothes, and you guys might not have enough money. For instance, maybe you want to, or winter clothes, depending on where you're at. You might want to get some new clothes. That came to me when I first pulled the card. So I'm just going to say, even though that's not associated with it, but I thought for some of you might receive some money for clothes or something, or like a gift card or something that might help you get something new. Okay? But appearances, maybe you're worried about your appearance in some way. That can be sometimes with the Five of Pentacles, because Pentacles represent our physical, you know, the physical nature of us, right? Earth. And our earthly bodies, for instance, our health. So there could be ways in which you're feeling like your appearance isn't up to par for, you know, some of you that might be a thing. Like for me, you know, my skin is something that I really stress about, because I get like acne issues and stuff. So, you know, for instance, you might be able to get some insight and research something about that might help you in a way like that. Something about your appearance, maybe an exercise routine. I actually just bought some stuff off Fabletics, right? So I can start exercising, because I just want to get in better shape. It's more for me about physical shape. I'm just really stiff all the time, and I stopped going to physical therapy. So I'm feeling it. But yeah, there might be some kind of regime that you could start, or something that you could really do that's going to really bring changes to you. Also, gender. So interesting about gender. Maybe there's something to do with gender. Gender norms, or something that you're feeling bad about, perhaps, for some of you. But I don't feel that one as much. But that could be for some of you. It could be also not just feeling like you're, yeah, I don't know. For some of you, there's that physical appearance, like maybe being shy about your appearance or something like that. But definitely, I feel like there can be changes made in that. I think that, first of all, with the Five of Pentacles, we have to remember that the Five of Pentacles, there are solutions to the problem, right? Things will get better. There's always, you know, always depicted there is something warm to go to, right? Even if it looks cold outside, there's a warm place to go. So there are people that accept you, that love you the way that you are. There are people that can help you maybe, or give you some insight. And remember, we can always help ourselves too, as much as we can. And as somebody who's struggled with acne for 9 years, I understand that struggle, and I understand that, you know, most of us, especially for any type of health issue or appearance issue, we try everything. And of course, some of us don't like hearing that, because I'm like, I'll have people tell me, oh, like, well, you should just cut out dairy. And I'm like, I've tried that. And they'll be like, oh, you should do this. I've tried that. Or maybe there will be something for you. Okay, I'm going to take some time. Okay. Wow, we got a lot of zodiac stuff going on over here. I'm going to zoom in. Whoop. Okay, there we go. We've got never, never give up. Oh my gosh, so if you're feeling in the month of June like giving up on a solution of some kind, I feel like don't give up. Keep going. Okay, it's so easy when we get in these ruts where we feel like we're not enough to just want to give up. So if you're working on a project and it's not going anywhere, or you're feeling like just giving up, do not, please. Have some, well, here we have the, you know, frustrated Arthur hand. Sorry, it's kind of, sorry, I have to glare. It could be that you're frustrated about something, that you're frustrated about how things are going. But I feel like Again, you gotta like just relax. And again, oh my gosh, you definitely have somebody that really cares about you. We have Libra, the hearts combined. We also had, what was it? What I saw. Where'd it go? I thought I saw another one that was like, oh, forever. The loyal heart. Like friends forever. Someone that loves you forever, no matter what. This is like a one-on-one relationship, for sure, with Libra here. 7th house. So it could be a friend. It could just be somebody that, yeah, like you have a one-on-one connection with. We also have Aquarius and Capricorn. So 10th and 11th house. Could be group of friends too for some of you. This could be internet friends. You know what I mean? With that Mercury, you know, kind of like talking and stuff, plus Aquarius. There could be, yeah, internet friends. For some of you, you might be shy to expose yourself to somebody. But don't feel shy, because I feel like this is a specific message. If you feel shy about opening up to someone, like an online friend or someone you met, I feel like they're really for you. And that they're not going to judge you. Okay? We have Leo. Pisces. Yeah, that's even more so, yeah. I feel like if you guys are talking to somebody online, you're a little bit shy or something, or scared to show your face or anything like that, don't be shy. This person really will be there for you, I feel. Okay. We also have the fairies, so remembering that you're magical, okay, and beautiful. Some of you might need to work with fairies. We also have the Eiffel Tower, so that can talk to me about travel, wanting to see new things. It reminds me of something unique as well, remembering you are unique and you're your own person. We have Jack. Oh, that's interesting about Jack. Some of you might be trying with that Jack and the Capricorn, you might be trying to really work on some life goals, or that's where your energy should be headed, like working on your path. And not being afraid of putting yourself out in public, or your dreams out into public either, by the way. Don't hide them, like the 12th house here, Pisces. Don't try to hide them. Bring them to the surface. And, you know, have passion and joy for your hobbies with Leo in the 5th house. Yeah. Even if it's a bit quirky, we have Aquarius, so sometimes you might feel a little bit quirky. We also have grandmas are great again. So that came out in pile number 1. So again, a message from a grandmother. This belonged to my great-grandmother. She actually passed away when she was 100 years old. She was a month away from 101. And I got a lot of her costume jewelry. But yeah, live, laugh, and love. Just remember, like, to never give up and just try to look on the bright side, okay? With that Leo, too, it's just, delving into hobbies, things that make you feel good, okay, as well. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to put the charms away. Oops. And I'm going to get some letters. Let's get some letters. Let's see what comes out. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. Oops. There we go. Let's see. We have genes. Interesting. So maybe some of you are having some kind of like genetic thing going on, or like some kind of hereditary thing, or something to do with like, or maybe you feel like you have bad genes or something like that. I don't know. For some of you that might be something that you need to work through, that type of thought process, not to feel that way. We have Thor. Maybe Thor means something to you, either from the Marvel movies or the actual what do we have? Let's see, we have dig. And we have 3. We have send. We also have sing. Maybe some of you like to sing, or you should sing more. We also have LOA, it's the law of attraction, working with the law of attraction to manifest the things that you want. Might be something that you really need to work on, or if you're having trouble doing it because maybe you get in a bad mood. Remember, by the way, one negative thought is not going to cancel out your manifestation. I just want to say that because I know that that's something that goes around that a lot of people think, and it's not true. We have signal. so signal. And we also have doe. Doe is like a deer. Oh, we also have deer. Wow, not that one. Deer. Oh, you know what else we have? We have, I think, heart. Yeah, we have heart. So remember that there are a loyal heart around you. There's somebody that really cares about you. And maybe you have a loyal heart, and maybe it's like you felt like you haven't been getting something back, even though you've been very loyal. But I feel like you're going to get something back for your previous like loyalty, some kind of appreciation. We have God. So some of you might need to pray or something, or maybe praying will be something that will help you, depending on your beliefs. With Thor, maybe some of you like Thor or feel drawn to work with Thor. We have line. We have read as well. Reading, yes, some of you need to read some stuff, learn some new things, okay? Yeah, okay, I'm going to stop here because I know this is getting a bit long, but I want to let you guys know that I'm sending you lots of love, okay? I'm wishing you guys a wonderful June. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. If you'd like to have, I forgot about this, but if you'd like to have a personal reading, that's all down in the description box below, okay? So, take care. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 3 with the turquoise, this is your reading. So, beautiful turquoise here. So let's see what's happening for you in the month of June 2020. Let's take a look. So we have Cauldron, the Ten of Swords, Justice, Page of Swords, the Fates, Strength and Wisdom, Aries, and we have Merchant and Thief. So, okay. I feel a few different messages here for you guys, but one of the biggest things I'm feeling is that for some of you, you guys are going to be focused on, okay, first of all, I feel like many of you are at the end of a cycle, okay, of perhaps a painful cycle. For some of you, this could be the end of a relationship. It could be the end of a partnership, a friendship, or something that just kind of maybe made you feel real bad, okay? The one good thing about the Ten of Swords is it's the end of the cycle. And I feel like for a lot of you, if you've been already kind of going through that, you're going to be balancing out and really starting over in some way with a fresh perspective with the Page of Swords. Another thing that I want to say is that there's definitely that need to get a fresh perspective for sure, but I feel like also for some of you there could be some karma or some justice coming around your way if you have been hurt previously. I want to say too is that for some of you this could be somebody that kind of maybe you got hurt by somebody who kind of put on a good show. With the Merchant and the Thief, there could have been somebody in your life that perhaps made you feel a certain way, or kind of put on airs, or made you feel like they were better than they were, and then sort of maybe ghosted you or kind of disappeared with something. You could have literally had something stolen from you. You could have as well, like for instance, had someone kind of like betray you in some way, or it felt like that. I want you to focus though on how you can do better, okay? But I want to focus on this Merchant card. I feel like for many of you, what's really important for you with that Page of Swords, Aries, the Merchant, one of the combos I'm feeling here is that it's really important for you to focus on starting something new, okay? To research new things. You might have some business ideas that you could really pour your energy into the month of June, and I feel like that's going to be a better use of your time. Even if you felt hurt, okay? I feel like and it felt unfair. Even for some of you, it could have felt very unfair what's happened to you. But again, focusing on it, I think you need to look on the bright side and see strength and wisdom that perhaps, whatever this painful situation is, has brought you some strength and wisdom, even if you don't see it right now. I mean, the Ten of Swords is really the ending. You still just got to get up and start over, right? And for some of you, that might be your energy, especially at the beginning of the month. But I think that things will balance out for you as the month goes on, and you'll be in a much better place. With the Fates, I do feel like whatever this was kind of fated to happen. It was meant to kind of give you some additional wisdom in your life to help you move forward. or get you out of a situation that you didn't need to be in the first place. To kind of start, think about it. The Page of Swords is kind of like the youngest, sword court card. Also, Aries, it represents the first sign of the zodiac. So there might be some kind of fresh start I'm feeling here for you guys in the month of June. One that's much more balanced, that comes from a wiser place as well. Maybe there have been past business mistakes for some of you, or something like that, and it's like a chance to kind of, sort of plan something new, research something new. I definitely just feel this energy of needing to make sure that your drive and your focus is on things that are going to bring you benefit. So, you know what I mean? If it's, lamenting over something that's happened in the past or something that you're currently going through, again, I know it hurts, but I feel like for many of you, redirecting that energy into like starting something new is really important for you. With that Thief card too, it can talk about, thieves can come in different, forms. Like I said, it could be somebody who steals your heart. It could be somebody who steals, some object of yours. But it can also be someone who steals your joy. And for some of you, you need to really focus on in June on weeding out people that steal your joy. If there are people that aren't allowing you to be happy, trying to maybe, get away from that. Find a fresh start. Focus on yourself too. Aries it might be a month in which you need to focus more on yourself rather than other people. Okay? Being fair to yourself. Not letting your scales get out of balance to help other people that maybe aren't there for you when you need them. And seeking out people that, are there for you when you need them. Cauldron. I want to look at the keywords here. Cauldron just reminds me of something bubbling, but I think that the book has some different creativity, the rich broth, and surprising yourself. So for some of you, you might be able to surprise yourself by, maybe whatever painful cycle you've been in has been so terrible that you're going to be surprised at how much it turns around and it balances out in June, okay? I feel like many of you would already know what this is. For sure. And then with creativity, Cauldron, it might be focusing more on your creativity, finding something you're passionate about to redirect that energy. For many of you too, I feel like with this Merchant, you might be able to, get money out of something that you're really passionate about. Do you know what I mean? There might be, the only thing I would say is that make sure to follow through. Because Aries energy, I know all about it. Because, I have so much Aries in my chart myself. So it's easy for us to start things and not finish them. So see it through, I feel, is something too, is seeing things through. But I feel like whatever you've been going through, though, and I know it sucks to hear it, especially if you're in the midst of it, but it's just something that was kind of meant to happen. So if there was a painful ending of some kind, or you're going through a painful ending right now, or a painful transition, remember, it's a transition to something new. I feel you're going to start to feel that effect of the new coming in the month of June. So if you've been in a kind of crappy place, again, I feel like the energy is going to start to shift to new, fresh perspectives. And you're going to start to feel more excited, perhaps, about life, about maybe getting creative, about getting out there and doing new things. Perhaps not letting someone else steal your joy, for instance, as I mentioned. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, essentially. I would definitely say with the Page of Swords to take up some new, new information, read more books, research might be really important for you. I feel like a lot of you can even self-start, do a business, you know what I mean? Or really start something new. With the Cauldron too, I think of mixing things in there and creating something. For some of you, it might be researching actually witchcraft or spells or something like that to bring in more things that you want. So spell work might be good for some of you, if you're into that. If you're not, that's okay too. Just saying it for those that it, resonates with. I'm going to get some charms from the box. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, we've got Rapunzel, Cinderella. Oh, Cinderella. Both of these princesses in particular felt very used, I think. You know what I mean? They went through very painful kind of situations. Of course, Cinderella, her mother passed, and then her father passed, and then she had that awful stepmother. So for some of you, you might feel like you've been used by somebody with that thief, that someone stole something from you, and it could just be your own dignity in some way, or your own confidence, or you know what I mean. It could be something in which you felt really taken advantage of, and that could be that painful thing you're working through. With Rapunzel too, it's like she's used for her hair, and I feel like you can definitely stand up for yourself, and really get in a better place. With the unicorn here, you're very magical, right? You have a lot of magic to you. Oh, let me zoom in, I forgot. There we go. Yeah. We have I love you, so remember that you're loved. You do have people around that love you, and I'm sending you my love too. We have Sense and Sensibility. Okay, and we have two books actually. We have Sense and Sensibility and Treasure Island. So remembering with Treasure Island that there's still things out there to find, treasure to be found. Okay, even if something fell through or something like that, there's still treasure to be found. For some of you with Sense and Sensibility, I think of Emma and, wait, not Emma, sorry. Eleanor and, what's the other sister's name? Gosh, why am I like blanking on this? Eleanor and... shoot, I can't remember the name. Anyways, the two sisters. Why am I really... well, there are three sisters, actually, but I guess the two main ones are kind of like more prevalent in the book, but it could be that you have a sibling around you that really cares about you. For some of you, it might be reading is a good idea. Maybe some of you want to write a book, and that might be a good way to research. It might be a good time to research writing a book. Maybe for some of you too, you think about the sisters and the contrast between them. Maybe you were very open, just like, oh my God, with Willoughby. When she, she opens her heart, she's so vulnerable with Willoughby, and he pretended to be something he wasn't. He put on this show, and then when it came down to it, he was only in it for himself, right? With Kate Winslet, if you've watched the 90s movie, it was Kate Winslet's character. Gosh, I can't think of her name. It's frustrating me. Because I've watched that, I've read the book a million times. Yeah, for some of you, it's like you got some kind of false promise from somebody. And it's like, now you're wiser, though. Strength and wisdom, you're Eleanor. No, Eleanor. Eleanor is the older sister, right? Gosh, sorry, I feel like an idiot. But like one sister's like very, very open and stuff. But, think about what happened to her character. So she got super depressed, went out and ran in the rain and everything. And after she felt betrayed, right? But then eventually, Alan Rickman came in with this sexy voice and made it all better. So, again, if this is like a love thing, I just feel led to say that you're going to find your person that will really care for you. And again, yeah, you might feel a little bit jaded, but don't feel jaded. You know what I mean? Still have that innocence to you and that trust. Don't let it completely jade you. Okay, so we have Paris. Okay, so some of you might be connected to Paris, Europe. Maybe some of you like to travel, want to travel. French, well, it reminds me of a romance language. So again, maybe there's something with romance going on, the hurt of some kind. We have Taurus. I love it says trustworthy on the back. So maybe if you have felt like you haven't had somebody trustworthy around you, I feel like that's going to come in. There's, a message here that you can find loyal and trustworthy people. Tauruses in general usually are very, steadfast. Let's see. And it says be the light. This kind of feels like if you do feel jaded. For some of you too, you might be worried about justice and really making sure things are fair too. So maybe it's like, bringing light to things that need to be brought to justice. You know what I mean? Things that need to be taken care of. Like, for instance, we've had that awful stuff going on again with, which, it's always going on actually, but like with the, people with cops, just hurting people for no reason, killing people. And maybe there's like something that you could do for that. Be the light, some example. That's just an example maybe for some of you. And again, not letting your light go out just because it's been hurt, okay? Don't let anyone blow your light out or steal your light, right? It's like, there's a song I remember singing in church when I was a kid. It was like, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And it's like, ain't going to let something snuff it out or blow it out or something. I can't remember all of it, but I just remembered that song. So maybe, again, not letting your light dim just because someone hurt you. And then we have the question mark from Mario, so it does make me feel like, some of you might have some questions about how things are going forward, but I feel like, this spits out pretty good stuff anyways. So it's like, nevertheless, you're going to get something good. Something good will come out of it. It's fated. It's meant to put you on a better path, whatever it is, okay? And then we have a cat. So maybe for some of you, a cat's important. Also being, just sly and smart. Being careful maybe about who you trust too, but not being overly careful, right? You don't want to be overly careful. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the charms. And then I'm going to pull this back a little bit. We're going to get some letters. Eleanor, and I'm really frustrated with myself. I'm going to go look that up, and then I'm going to be like, what? I knew that. My sister would be so disappointed in me right now. Because we love Jane Austen. Eleanor and Jane, maybe? No, it's not Jane, is it? Okay, someone's going to tell me I know it. So I can't. Thank you for in advance. We have tag, okay? We've got, let's see, we've got tear. So some of you might be shedding some tears, okay? Or you might feel like your heart's a bit torn in the month of June, but I feel like you're gonna get better, okay? We have fire. So again, pull out that fiery side of yourself and keep it moving. And let's see. What is that from? Keep her moving. Is that from Red Green? That's like a Canadian. No. Keep her moving. Oh no, it's that Milwaukee guy. It's a Wisconsin guy. Okay. Have you guys ever watched him? He's like a comedian from Wisconsin. Okay. I think he says that, keep her moving, when he does the... Okay, never mind. Sorry. I'm like rambling. Okay. We have fear. So maybe some of you need to face some fears. Again, don't let fear rule you. If you've been hurt, don't let it rule your life. You know that you're going to get hurt again. Don't lose your light. We have... yeet. My daughter says this all the time. I don't know what it means. Go. Right? We have, let's see. We have yes. So maybe there's something you need a yes to. Should you move on? Yes. If there's somebody that keeps hurting you, move on. Yes. We have fog. So again, there could be like a foggy type of thing, but remember you have a light within inside of you. With that light, that be the light. That you can, like, if you're feeling confused or unsure and things seem like kind of messy and you can't really see the outcome, remember that you have a light inside of you. You have a fire inside of you that still burns and that you can still activate. Actually, you know what? Hold on a moment. I feel led to do this, and I'm just going to waste your guys' time, but hold on. Where is it? Oh, Lord. Where did it go? Okay, I couldn't find the stinking book I wanted to find. So if you'd... There was actually... I recently got a book, and it's called... it's like Working with the Goddesses in Astrology. And there's an oil in there that actually helps you restart. It's in the Aries section of the book. And there's an oil to kind of help rekindle a fire within you. And I wanted to show it to you guys. So maybe you guys, if somebody wanted to use it, they could make it. But I can't find the book anywhere. I've searched everywhere. So I'm sure I'll find it. If you'd like it and you are interested in doing it, DM me on Instagram, okay? All that information's down in the description box and I'll get it for you. But another word I saw here as I sat down was try. Keep trying, okay? So that's the message for you guys for June. And I really do hope that it gives you some guidance. And I'm sending you all lots of love, okay? Take care of yourselves. I'm wishing you and your loved ones lots of good health and happiness. And, sorry, my voice. There we go. Speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up. Yeah, so if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, all that information is down in the description box below. You can go to my Etsy and purchase a reading. There's a monthly insight reading, for instance, if you want a more personalized look at your month ahead. But also there are my Amazon wish list. Anybody who gets something off my Amazon wish list always gets a reading as a thank you. So that's another option. Just be sure to include your email or your Instagram so I can get a hold of you. But yeah, if you want that oil, I'm sure I'll find the book, because I'm really going to search hard after I'm done filming this, because it was just here. I would be happy to share it with you. Okay, so take care of yourselves, guys, and see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, guys. So you chose pile number 4, which is this fuchsite. Look at it. It's very sparkly. Beautiful stone. So this is your reading for the month of June 2020. What can you expect? Let's go and look. So first of all, we have cat. So you got the cat card, the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Cups. So it could be a choice when it comes to love. For some of you, you could be looking forward to seeing somebody maybe that's far away. We also have the Tower. And we have the Queen of Swords. We also have Scorpio. And the 9th house. Prison. Pleasure seekers. Round and round. And the Serpent and Harlequin. So the Serpent says a sly and subtle approach is needed. Very Queen of Swordsy. And the Harlequin, true feelings are masked. Okay, so multiple messages here. For some of you, let's see here. I'm just going to put these over here. There we go. I do feel like for some of you, you might be at a distance from someone that you love. Okay, there could be some distance, or it could be some travel here because of the 9th house. Okay, so this could be trying to figure out how to build a solid structure between the 2 of you. For some of you, that might be something that you're working on in the month of June. Just a specific message for some of you. I get that because Scorpio can be very transformative. If this could be a very passionate connection, there could be, again, like travel involved here with that 9th house. Maybe it feels like there isn't a solid foundation. So maybe there's a way to make this happen, but you need a sly and subtle approach, you know. You need to figure out kind of a wise way to get it. Reminds me of the cat too. For some of you, there could be another chance to rebuild a connection, or you might have a new connection coming in that you could build on a more solid foundation than maybe the previous one. With the true feelings are masked, I think that there might be a situation in June in which something kind of goes awry, right, with the Tower. And this doesn't have to be something epically horrible, okay? There just might be a fall through in your plans, or something just kind of comes to something that, you know, maybe something doesn't go very well, okay? And it could feel as if it's the end of the world at that time, or that everything's screwed and nothing good can come out of this. Yeah, and it looks really bright, doesn't it? Okay. I was looking at my screen and I was like, man, it's kind of bright. Okay. It could feel as if everything's bad, right? Because we have prison and pleasure seekers. But I do feel that there's something good that can come out of this. That there is a way to rectify this, or to fix it in some way. That there's a way to transform this energy. So, like, for instance, if some of you were planning to see somebody, right? Somebody you really love. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, by the way, with the 2 of Cups. It could just be like a family member that you haven't seen in a long time. It could be coming together with somebody. And it's like, you don't know what to do, and maybe you feel really stuck. I feel like there is a solution that you can find out. Okay? For some of you, it could be like wanting to study abroad. It could be a number of things as well, because the 9th house can talk about higher education as well. So, for instance, some of you, this might be some kind of university news or something, something unexpected. It could also be for some of you that you guys are having a shakeup in your religious beliefs, in your spiritual beliefs. That could also be something as well. There could be some kind of spiritual transformation coming for you guys as well in the month of June. I feel like for many of you, though, with the round and round, the round and round was more of a an advice card based off of the Tower. That's why I pulled this particular card. I was wanting to know, like, what do you need to know about this Tower thing going on? And the Round and Round is about getting out of certain cycles, okay? So, for instance, there could be something that kind of goes wrong, but it's based off of perhaps things you kind of have done in the past, or it's kind of breaking a cycle of some kind that isn't, you know, healthy for you. Let's see. One second, I want to grab... Well, maybe not, because I don't know where it's at. Oh, no, there it is. I'm going to grab this guidebook, because I just want to read it, actually, for you guys. Which, I try not to, but... It says, a spiral quality of events when the lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break. Revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. So again, that might be a thing. There's a pattern that's kind of, it keeps happening, and it keeps messing you up, but it's like when you plan something and it falls apart, but it's like a pattern. So it's like, for instance, if you start like a diet, make sure that you're not self-sabotaging yourself or something like that. I'm trying to apply this to like mundane things, because I'm not saying that the Tower means like something horrible is going to happen to you. In many of these type of things, like weeklies and monthlies, these type of energies are very mundane in nature. So it's not like the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not anything horrible. I don't feel. And I feel like there is a good outcome here. There is optimism here, because we have the 9th house, which is associated with Jupiter. So I see that duality here of Scorpio maybe being a little bit more upset or worried, but I feel like there's a transformation of some kind from it, for sure. And there's something that you can really learn of it. Protection message for this card, the cycles, the Round and Round. It says, are you refusing to see your own personal responsibilities for repeating lessons you don't need to relearn? You have to surrender now to the fact that you are the common denominator in all these repeat performances. Be happy for this wonderful spot to be in. You can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your freedom. Be good to yourself. It's not about blame, but accountability. You can have the abundant life filled with love and prosperity that Spirit so wants for you. So for some of you with the Tower, it could be your own self-destruction. Maybe for some reason you have certain habits that are self-destructive. For some of you, not all of you, okay? And that might be that with the Queen of Swords, you get wise to this. You kind of have a breakthrough, a mental breakthrough, where you see things very clearly. And you're able to kind of, with that mask, the true feelings are masked. It could be that you kind of uncover some of the stuff that you're not hiding. Like, you face emotions that maybe you've tried to hold back, that you haven't been really letting out, right? Scorpio is about digging deep. It's about getting deep into that, our psyche and stuff, and really digging some stuff up. So again, I feel like there could be some healing for some of you, some realizations coming to you, for sure. I kind of feel, to be honest, that these two messages are a little bit separate. It could be that for some of you this is to do with relationships. Perhaps you pick relationships that kind of combust, and you might notice some patterns that you've kind of, delved in. For some of you, maybe you're really into Plutonic type of connections, where you have like strong Pluto synastry or something like that, or maybe you have strong Pluto synastry in your chart and you choose really intense connections that tend to explode, for some of you, and that might be something that you're kind of trying to move away from, and you kind of have a realization about it. And you find that sometimes with Pluto too, it's like it's the underground. Sometimes we can keep ourselves in that Plutonic energy for too long, and it's speaking from somebody who has like Pluto opposite their sun. I can seesaw back and forth between that, and it's been something I've dealt with in my life. And where I get dark, and when I get light, I can. But there might be some stuff there, deep-seated stuff here that kind of comes to the surface, and you really can actually deal with, on a very logical level, for sure. With 9th house too, Jupiter, it's all about learning about yourself. It's about philosophy. It's about understanding. It's, very Jupiter, right? So again, it could be a spiritual quest of some kind that comes to a head. It could also be understanding, maybe there are certain aspirations you have as well that you're kind of self-destructive, behaviors. I want to look at But I feel like it's all going to turn out very well, so I think it's all very good that it's happening. Where did I put that? I wanted to look at the cat card. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, I almost dropped everything. So we've got cats. I want to see what the book says. It says the untamed, self-ownership, and watching. Interesting, self-ownership. So owning, you know, your own stuff, right? With this cat card. You know, realizing that at the end of the day, you know, looking at the choices that you've made, and really looking at them from a logical perspective and finding out why you do that. I really feel like you're going to have some deep investigation into ways that you also hold yourself back. So with the Tower too, it could just be like a huge self-realization. It doesn't even have to be an outer influence for some of you. It's just like, whoa, you know what I mean? Mind blown type of thing. And the untamed. So maybe for some of you, you've been taming yourself too much. Taming your beliefs. Maybe this comes off of ways you've been raised, things that are deep within you, and you're kind of becoming more untamed and getting out of cycles or patterns that you've been taught, okay, as well. But with watching, it's interesting too, is that maybe there's a particular thing that you need to look at and watch a little bit more than getting involved. If something is kind of blowing up in your family or in your friend circle or something like that, maybe it's time for you just to kind of step back and watch it happen instead of like getting too involved if you get too involved. If you're wanting to fix everything here with the Scorpio and you're wanting to lead people all the time, maybe it's a good time not to get involved into it and just focus on yourself. Because maybe for some of you, you get in this like, it might just end up putting you in a bad position. Do you know what I mean? Like, where you're not feeling great about yourself. Okay? So that's another message for some of you. But I do see for that Two of Wands in the 9th house, some of you might be thinking really about travel and like where you're going in life in general. There might be some big choices about the future coming up in the month of June that you're making. Again, like I say, there might be some long distance relationship or connection here in which you guys are really trying to bring it to the next level in some way. Maybe some of you want to meet up or be together or find a way to be together. That could be a message for some of you. So take that if it applies. And you might even have a breakthrough, okay, with that. You might find a way to make this happen. So I'm going to take some charms. And I'll take them off the camera. There we go. Okay, let's see what we've got. Zoom in. Zoom in. There we go. We got a lot of pins. Okay, we've got the stars, the constellations. So again, there could be some astrology stuff coming up for you. Maybe these transits are really affecting you, all these retrogrades. Also, there could be some stuff in the works about your plan, about your future, seeing what lies ahead, making choices that are beneficial to you for the future. We have good vibes. So again, I think that focusing on good vibes is important. I feel like many of you are trying to get in a place where you have good vibes. We have to do drink tea, make shit, pet animals, and die. So some of you might be a bit sarcastic. Some of you might just have a lot to do, a lot on your plate. We have the love between a grandmother and granddaughter is forever. We've gotten a lot of, I think almost every pile got messages from grandmothers. We have BFF, okay? For some of you, you might be dealing with a best friend forever, okay? With that Two of Cups. Let's see, we've got a lot of signs here. We've got Libra, Scorpio, okay, so some Scorpio energy again. We have transformation in relationships, perhaps. Maybe something has to fall apart before it can be fixed again, right? Fixing it in a better way. We have, I think this is supposed to be Virgo. Yeah, so this is supposed to be Virgo. And then we have Cancer and Pisces, a lot of watery energy too. We have all of the water signs here represented. So very intuitive, emotionally charged month. Just be sure with Pisces and Scorpio not to well, I think all water signs can sometimes like withdraw and kind of take their emotions inside of them. So be careful not to do that with the true feelings you're masked. Let's see. Yeah, partnership's a big thing. We have Leo over here too, by the way. So Hobbies could be something that you're really interested in. Children, 5th house. Taking care of your appearance, make sure not to be too prideful, okay? Not too secretive either. Pisces, 12th house. There could be some home stuff here with Cancer, so it might be changing homes, thinking about the future, about home life. Virgo, daily routines too. We have I will. Oh, and then with this wand, it always reminds you of like the magician. So it's like having a lot of power at your disposal. Like you have a lot more power even if you don't realize it. The power to transform. We have a feather, so that could mean something to somebody as well. Feathers can be signs. There might be signs and synchronicities for you. Ask your guides for signs and synchronicities. You know what I mean? Ask for specific signs. Don't be shy. If you need to make a choice and you need to know what direction to go into, ask your guides. Pray for that and say, hey, can you please just show me like something unusual? You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't do hummingbirds because I have hummingbirds out my window all the time, you know, or I see deer all the time. So I don't ask for that. I ask for something a little bit rarer so that I know when I see it that that is meant to be, right? So that might be something to think about. We also have a lot of intuition here showing up. I feel some of you might need to work on your crown chakra, okay, as well. I will. So deciding what you will and won't do, what you will and won't get involved in. And we have an every fair from fair sometimes declines. That's a Shakespeare quote. So Shakespeare might mean something to you. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the charms. And then we have a locked heart. Okay, I want to say this. Don't lock up your emotions, okay? In the month of June, please don't, okay? Share them openly. If you're going through something, open up to people. Because there are certainly people in your life, in particular, it seems like maybe a best friend that really needs to know what's going on with you, or a connection, a love connection. Don't, what is that song? Don't be like Elsa from Frozen. I was getting that song in my head. Don't let them in, da, 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 da. Something I can't remember. Don't be like that. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got care. So, caring for others, you know, knowing that there are other people out there that care for you. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit. We have jade. So maybe the stone jade would be good for you guys, you know. That might have some properties that could help you, okay? We've got we have rope. But some of you might feel like you're tied up in some way, but you're not as tied up, I think, as you think you are. I think you can get through it. We have no. So even if something comes out as a no for you, I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Like it's something that you'll get over, and I feel like even if it feels bad, or there's some kind of delay, I feel like it's all for the best anyways, and you'll see it later on. We have pair, so maybe that means something to somebody. We have Noor, so maybe someone's name is Noor. We have Pay. We also have Ray. We have nice. The word nice. We also have race. And dice. Yeah, so maybe if the dice aren't in your favor, you know, the roll's not in your favor right now, it doesn't mean that that's like a bad thing necessarily. You can still find a way to make something good out of it. Yeah, we have also nope. Yeah, so some of you might get a no or something for something in the month of June, but I feel like don't let that, you know, get you down, okay? We have day. It reminds me of that, like a new day is going to come, okay? These are blank tiles, so, oh, there we go. So, you could actually, wow, what did I do that for? New day. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I really hope that this gives you some insight. I feel like everything's going to be okay in general. I feel like a lot of you, too, look to support from your friends one person in particular might be very important for you, for sure. But yeah, I hope that you guys all have a wonderful June. Take care of yourselves. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, including, like, for instance, your own monthly insight, I have those on my Etsy store. That's an option. Also, I have a link to my Amazon wish list, so down below. Anybody who gets something off my wish list always gets a reading as a thank you. So just make sure to leave an email or something, or an Instagram and the gift note, so then I can get in contact with you. But yeah, I'm wishing you guys all the very, very best, okay? Take care of yourselves. Wishing you and your loved ones lots of good health. And everything's going to be okay. Okay? Bye-bye.